Television. Salute to my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. And salute to my original subscribers for always holding your boy down. I truly do appreciate that. Yeah, sorry about that, people. Daggone trash trucks. I tried to, for those of y'all that wasn't in here a few moments ago, I tried to do a live outside like I normally do, but them trash trucks, man, be kind of irritating. But come on in, people. Come on in. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Yeah, but brothers, be careful, man. Be careful, brothers. I was just talking about this yesterday, man. Is the booty that do you want the booty that bad? You feel me? Do you want the booty that bad, man? I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? I ain't trying to put nobody on blast, but a guy I know, um, normally tricks. He like to trick. Sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all too. Sometimes it's probably safer to go ahead and get you one of them prostitutes, man. Sometimes it's safer to go get you one of them hookers off the strobe than to go ahead and be on these daggone dating sites. For those of y'all that don't know, y'all see the title, but a guy was talking to a young lady on a dating app, and apparently she's tried to set him up, but the guys that was coming to get him actually went into the wrong house, and when they realized they were in the wrong house, I want to play the footage, but I don't want to get flagged. But they went into the house and they ran up out of the house. So obviously, whoever they were trying to rob wasn't playing no games. But I want you guys to understand, man, it's not that serious, man. It's really not that serious. But this dude that I know went out to go meet up with this young lady, escort, to go get what he gonna get, get his man out the street. And she told him, from what he told me, she told him she was about maybe, I'll say about 21 years old, and she actually wasn't from the States. Y'all got to watch that too. And she told him that she was going, I guess, give him full service, give him head, give him, cheeks. But she ended up trying to talk him into just giving him head. And he was like, nah, you feel me? If I can't get what I came here, what I paid for, and he gave her the money, and that's another mistake too. A lot of dudes, man, you give up that bread, man. You gotta get the work first. You gotta get the service first. If y'all dudes is gonna move like this, this is why I'm married. You feel me? This is why I'm married, man, because I ain't trying to get caught up in none of this shenanigans. Because a lot of these women today, they trying to get the most out of you or get what they gonna get up out of you and what you agreed to give on your end without giving hardly, if anything, on their end in return. And this probably was an example of that right here. You feel me? That's a daggone shame. You know, but you guys, man, y'all gotta control y'all urges, man. I know a lot of y'all, ain't really getting the cheeks like that. If you want it that bad, and I know a lot of y'all get tired of popping in pornos and stuff. You want the real thing. You feel me? But man, go on that stroll and get you one of them ladies, man. Go on that stroll, man, and get you one of them, because at least they know, they fearing for their lives. The prostitutes are fearing for their lives, so they ain't gonna try nothing. It's these women that you're talking on these dating sites with. These women that you don't really know. And another thing, like I was saying in my last video, y'all got to start establishing conversations, getting to know these women, man. I know she just, concubine for the night. She just cheeks for the night. But you got to get to know who you dealing with, man. Get your detective shit on, man. You got to get to know who you dealing with at least 1 or 2 nights, man, before you hit them cheeks. You got to at least 1 night. You got to get to know this chick. Because one thing about a female, people in general, but a female is going to tell you all you need to hear. Sometimes she might tell you what you need to hear by not saying nothing at all. Her not talking, her not, having that dialogue and that interaction with you will tell you a lot. Oh, she just focused on the bread. Now, that may mean that she just want to go ahead and do her job and go. But see, somebody that know, that's a professional, that know and they sincere, will establish that conversation just to get you comfortable, just to indicate to you that she's not no scammer. She's not no con artist. She's just trying to give you the service so that you can get, you can get your thing off and she can get her bread and go. But see, the women today, and a lot of you ladies, man, and it's funny because people talk about how Kevin Samuels is not needed and Kevin Samuels is this and Kevin Samuels is that. But it's examples like this that show that people like Kevin Samuels is desperately needed in our community, man. Because these females are out of control. These females are out of control, man. Mainly our women. They out of control. Like, you setting dudes up. You setting dudes up. And another thing too, a lot of you dudes, man, got to stop telling these women your real address, and you got to stop telling these women how much you make. You feel me? Before I got married, right? And females used to ask me, "What you do for a living?" I tell her I'm not really interested in talking about that. Well, I'm really interested in hearing about that. Okay, well, if you're really interested in hearing about that, then you can go ahead and leave. Oh, for real? So you gonna tell me I gotta leave because I asked you where you work at? That's crazy. Yep. Okay. All right. Bye. See you later. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's a lot with that. You feel me? You don't show people your hands. You don't show people. You know how they say you don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. Or your left hand know what your right hand doing. You don't do that, especially when you're dealing with somebody that you don't really know like that. You don't do shit like that. You don't go out here and tell somebody that you don't know, a complete stranger, your real address. Notice when you're talking with these women, notice they'll tell you when you ask them, could you come over to their house? They got all these excuses as to why you can't come over their house, but trying to come up with different ways on try how they can come up in your crib, how they can figure out where you live at. That's another bad sign as well too. Man, take these women to a Motel 6. I know a lot of you dudes, man, want to take the cheap route. You feel me? But when you trying to take that cheap route, your life is expensive. Understand what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm telling you. Yeah, the route that you're trying to take is cheap, but it's taking the cheap route worth your expensive life. Because that's something that you can't get back. Is that cheap route worth this shit right here that you see on this screen right here? Is the cheap route worth this? Yeah, I ain't trying to pay for a motel. Okay, if you ain't trying to pay for a motel, then don't even do nothing. Go ahead and pop you in a porno or go online, Pornhub or something like that, and go ahead and get your thing in. You feel me? Go ahead and do your thing. Cause it's not worth it, man. What Pop said on Friday, live. Live to fight another day. Live to fuck another day. You know? Live to get head another day. You don't want to have to deal with all that, man, because you desperate for booty, man. You desperate for booty, and she know that you desperate for booty, and you sitting up here on top of that, telling her where you live at. So she already got it in her mind. Oh yeah, he live in such and such a place. Oh yeah, that's they make that you gotta have bread to live there. Oh yeah, I work at such and such a place. Oh, he worked there. Oh, he must be making that money. And then you telling her how you were wine and dine her and all that, man. This could have been an episode of when tricking goes wrong. You feel me? This could have been wrong if these dudes wouldn't have went into the wrong address and they'd have went to the right address of where you was at. And you might have done this on purpose though. And if you did, scratch what I'm saying right now. But I'm just saying for the dudes that do tell a female where they real address at, man, don't be doing that, man. Don't be telling these women where you really live at, man. You ain't even established no real conversation. Y'all ain't even been on the phone. But one day, couple days, even being on the phone with a female for 1 week is really not enough. You gotta really get to know a female, man. And like I just told y'all, sometimes you can get to know a female without her even saying anything, because her not saying anything says a lot. If she don't say anything, now I'm worried, because women usually talk, especially if it's something that they want. Now you have a lot of women, Dame bred women out here, dead brain women out here that that don't know how to communicate. In another way, a woman ain't interested in you is if they give you the one word answers. How you doing? Hey, what's your name? Tasha. You got kids? Yeah. If it feel like you gotta pull strings to get something out of her, conversation up out of her, that's another indication that she wants some scamming shit. She wants some scheming shit. You feel me? But I never tell you dudes not to do y'all. But I'm just saying, you gotta move gracefully. You gotta move smart when you dealing with these women, man. Especially these women. It's already hard dealing with a female that you've known for so many years. It's even tougher dealing with a female that you only just met the first day. Y'all ain't really got to know each other. And all you just saying, well, Rob, she just a piece of ass. I ain't really trying to get to know her. Okay. Keep on talking like that, and you're gonna end up like this. You're gonna end up with some dudes at your front door. You thinking she coming, but it's some dudes at your front door. Man, give me all that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a situation. I'm gonna get back to the situation about the dude got scammed by the little escort joint, right? So me and this girl, like, well, not me and this girl, my ex-girlfriend. You feel me? You never know who listening, so I don't really like to put people's name and all that, start a confusion. But my ex-girlfriend, we was at this hotel, and we just heard a lot of hollering and screaming. Stop. Oh, what you doing? This B set me up. Woo. So we like, what the heck? So she got up off the top of me, and we goes out, put our stuff on. We look outside the door, and I popped back in the door. She was like, look. I said, nah, come on, we gotta stay in here. We gonna be next. You feel me? We got money and shit, so we gonna be next. You see what I'm saying? So I goes out because it was just like a lot of noise, a lot of chaos. But the dudes had robbed him, took his Gucci belt, took his brand new Jordans. I forgot what they was. I don't know if they was the Space Jams or what, but they took his Jordans, had like 2 knots. He in there, man, like, man, this bitch done set me up. This bitch did this. Man, took that dude money, took his shoes, took his, I think they had a chain too, a gold chain too, and a gold watch. They took a lot of shit from this dude, man. He was in that joint going off. He was in that joint crying, going off. Man, I gave this B everything. I did everything for this broad. I did, yeah. You did everything for her, but you ain't think not once about your fucking self. Y'all niggas gotta stop that shit. Y'all niggas gotta stop that shit. All you thinking about is the booty, and she know that though. She know that. And the dudes that's coming to get you know that. Oh yeah, he gonna be laid back. He gonna be in there right for the taking, right for the picking. Cause he think he about to get him some cheese. He think he about to clap some cheese. But he about to fuck around and get clapped. Trying to clap some cheeks. Y'all dudes better get it together, man. Y'all dudes better get it the fucking together, man. Stop telling these women y'all real address. You feel me? I know this dude probably gave them a wrong address just to make sure things was, but don't even tell them where you live at. Don't even tell them the property. Don't even tell them the building. Don't even tell them nothing. Say we going to a motel. Go somewhere where it's mutual. Go somewhere where it's cameras. Yeah, it's gonna cost you some extra dollars. Or don't do it at all. Don't do it at all, man. Or call up a female that you're familiar with, an ex-girlfriend, or a chick that you're familiar with, that you at least had phone conversations with. Don't be out here, man, on these dating sites, first day. You see what I'm saying? Unless you really, don't even show, like I was about to say, unless you got some cameras in your building or something, but don't even tell them where the fuck you live at all. Don't even tell them where you live at all, man, because you don't know what can happen, man. And not even just you getting set up by no niggas neither. Let's say you messing with a broad, right? And you really put it on her, and not even just far as sex, but you really put it on her as far as your personality. She really connected with you. Now you want I've been in that situation before. I'm telling my business and stuff. I don't want my wife and stuff to see it, but I've been in that situation before. Where I've dealt with a female, she would not leave. She's sitting up here telling me, I'm like, why you won't leave though? You still, I leave, but you know what I want. I'm like, what you want? You already know what she wanted before she left. You feel me? She wanted some, you know what? You feel me? I ain't trying to be all on here, but she like, yeah. I'm like, man, but just leave, man. But she wasn't trying to leave until she got what she wanted. I would have never been in that predicament if I ain't tell her where I was living. You would have never been in this predicament where you had niggas coming up into your property where you lay your head at if you ain't telling these females where you live at. You feel me? Think about it. You telling side booty at best. You telling side booty at best something that you should be telling your girl. Something that you should be telling your wife. This is personal information. You're giving a concubine personal information about yourself. That's why I'm a big anti telling a woman where you work. I'm anti telling a woman how much you make. I'm anti telling a woman whether or not you got a fucking car. I'm anti all of that. I'm pro telling her we ain't talking about that right now. It's about getting to know me, right? Yeah, but, and then they'll try to be slick and say, yeah, but, there's no but. They'll say, yeah, but, knowing where you work at is part of getting to know you. No, it's not. Who you think you tricking, shorty? Who you think you fooling? Ain't these clowns out here. Getting to know me ain't getting to know where the fuck I work at. Anything that I have control over, and we're first starting to get to know each other, that's off limits unless I say it's not. You get what I'm saying? That's off limits. What I drive or if I drive, that's off limits. If I decide to tell you, then that's the risk that I'm taking, because it is a risk, fellas. I want y'all to understand that it is a fucking risk. And I ain't even mean to ramble on about this, but y'all need to understand this. It is a risk telling a woman where you work at, because she could be on some Lifetime shit. You know, she could be on some psycho shit. You done piped her down real good. You know, you done treated her out. You done treated her better than most dudes done did in her life. If not all the dudes that she done dealt with in the past. You done made her really feel special. You done gave her some good and then looked out for her. Made her feel that warmth. Made her feel real good. Made her feel real special. And now she already know how these ladies think. And they already feel like, we ready to have the kids. We ready to get the nice white picket fence. We ready to get some pets. We ready to start a family. Y'all already know how they think. We ain't thinking like that. And then now that you had Kevin Samuels out here, you got these red pill dudes out here, because I want y'all to understand this too. These ladies is hip. You think they watched Kevin Samuels? I got to start talking about Kevin Samuels in past tense because he's no longer here with us. You think they watched Kevin Samuels and they watch these red pill dudes right now just so that they can learn how to be submissive? Just so they can learn how to be a better woman for you? No. They watching that shit to see how they can manipulate you even more. They watching that shit to see what they trying to make your strengths and turn that into a weakness and turn that into a strength for themselves. And you'll understand, because when you interact with them, all they focus on is themselves. One thing about women, the one thing that will never change about a woman, she could change the way she acts, she could change the way she look, but the one thing that will never change about a woman is her worrying about and thinking about her motherfucking self. That will never change. That will never change. A woman lead thinking about what she can get. A woman start off, a woman proceed, and a woman end with, what can you do for me? You see it in the Dr. Dre thing, who he was married with. You seen it in the goddamn Anthony Anderson situation. You've been seeing it. What do they, at the end, they need something as they going on their escape. They gonna take a piece of you, brothers. They gonna take a chunk of you, brothers. Especially if you letting them in close, but those situations was different because they was married. So it was a lot invested on both ends. But I'm talking about you dudes, man, on these dating sites. Go ahead out there and get you a hooker, man. Go ahead out there and get you a prostitute. These regular women that's out here, selling their bodies, but they ain't out there on the stroll, ain't no different than the women that's out there selling their bodies, brother. I want y'all to understand that. They ain't no different. They just trying to do it, well, in their mind, in a more ladylike way. But it's still the same thing. Whether you out on the stroll or whether you in somebody's home, in somebody's building, you still selling your cheeks and you still buying them. She's still selling the cheeks and you still buying them. But brother, stop being so goddamn desperate. So I'm gonna finish my story, right? So this dude went, met her at a hotel, right? He met her at a hotel, 21 years old, showed me a picture of her. Gorgeous, beautiful, pretty hair. She said, I think she said she was from Texas or something like that. I said, bro, that was a red flag right there. He said, I know, bro. I ignored all the red flags, bro. Yeah, we can't cry over spoiled milk now. But he went out there to the hotel, met with her, and I think he said he gave her like, I think a buck 50 or 80 or something like that. And this is why I like to keep, if you're going to do something like that, if you're going to do any type of business exchange, because I like to flip, like PlayStations and flip little products and shit like that. If you're going to do anything like that, at least have you like some pepper spray on you. At least have you something. I like to have pepper spray. Like niggas laugh and be like, man, where your knife at? Where your gun? You stupid. Because that's non-lethal. It can turn into lethal depending on, that's why I tell you when you use pepper spray, don't spray it a lot because you can blind somebody. You feel me? But they'll be blind, but they won't die. You feel me? They won't be a risk at death. You want to get out there with a knife, and now you in a situation because you got to protect yourself, but you're going to end up protecting yourself and end up getting the 25 to life. Because you out there trying to protect yourself, and then you stab somebody with a lethal weapon because that's considered an advantage. They're coming at you with fists. You're coming at them with a knife. They coming out there with a fist. You pulling out a gun. That's an unfair advantage. I don't give a fuck how much of an unfair advantage or unfair circumstance you was put in. Because you got to understand, you put yourself in an unfair circumstance when you was out here trying to buy booty, when you was out here trying to flip products, when you was out here doing something illegal anyway. So you're going to risk telling on yourself to try to free yourself from the situation that you should have never fucking been in? Think about it. Think about it. That's why you dudes got to understand, man, when you dealing with these bras, man, you feel me? Like, it ain't worth it. If you ask me, if you ask the old double R, man, that shit ain't worth it, man. That shit is not worth it. Especially going out here, man, meeting up with these women on these dating sites, man, and then you already either flying them out or you sending them a Lyft or you sending them an Uber to come to your crib. But yeah, back to my story. So, the dude ain't had nothing. I said, man, you ain't no pepper spray. A nigga could have came out of the closet on you, man. A nigga could have R. Kelly'd you. The nigga could have came out the closet. You don't know what you was dealing with. It could have been dudes that bum rushed you soon as y'all went up the elevator to the hotel door. You probably would have never made it in there. It would have been dudes bum rushing you, getting you up out of the way right there. Because a lot of dudes, man, don't really give a fuck about them cameras. I'm telling you. And especially you dealing with a female that's not even from the city. So even if some shit go down, she's probably already a professional. If she doing you like this, she's probably already a professional. So she probably already got her fucking bus ticket, train ticket, or whatever to get back to the city, back to where she from. Y'all got to be smart, man. We got to be smart about this thing, man. I ain't even mean to ramble on about this thing, but y'all got to be smart, man. We got to stop telling these women your real address. If you're going to do it, go to somewhere mutual, man. Go to like a hotel or something. Go somewhere where they got heavy police. Go somewhere where they got heavy cameras. And even then, you feel me, your life is at threat. I just told y'all at the beginning of this video about a situation where a dude was in a hotel. The one that I was at, I forgot the name of it, but the one I was at, that shit had police. It had everything. Them dudes, man, probably went out the back door somewhere. The dude got backdoored, and then the dudes went out the back door. Bars. What's going on, people? What's going on, y'all, man, in the building, man? Leave a comment, y'all. Also, man, leave a comment below on this video, y'all. But he sat up there and met up with that young girl, man. He sat up there and met up with her 21. He was like, yeah, she real pretty. I said, yeah, she real pretty, but she ain't worth all that. She a professional. You don't even really know her like that. Y'all just talking about meeting. Then you going to go, look, listen. I said, listen, you paying her your money. If you paying her your money, she should be able to meet you where you want her to meet at. You feel me? She should be paying you like where around people that you know. Somewhere mutual grounds. But now you done got her telling you where she wants you to meet her at, and you got to pay her money to meet her where she wants you to meet her at. Come on, man. I always tell people, man, I operate off of risk compared to reward. If the risk outweigh the reward, you won't see double R. Even if the reward outweigh the risk, it better outweigh it it better outweigh it more than it don't. Or you won't see double R. You feel me? If it sounds fishy, you won't see it. You won't see it. That's why y'all gotta talk to these women, man. Dialogue, man. Stop focusing on getting the cheek so much. Start digging up in these women's brains, man, and start understanding who and what you're getting yourself into with. Because they already know. They already know. Men like you come a dime a dozen. Men like you, they deal with every day on a daily basis. There's women out here that's getting, penis maybe like 6 to 7 times a day. I know dudes be like, whoa, nah. Some of y'all ain't shocked. I just some women that's getting that, especially if she's an escort. She's an escort. She getting between I'll say 10 to 15. 10 to 15 a day, penises. So she just seen all different types of dudes, man. She just seen all types of different dudes, man. All types of different mentalities. They know who's sweet. They know, who may be a bit of a challenge. They know, oh, I might not even be able to work with him because he just know too much. He just too much on his shit. And those would be the dudes that them women to give it to for free. For free. Because it's like, or those would be the dudes that those women really want to be in something serious with. You start falling in love with her. You done gave her your money. Now you feel like you own her. Now you feel like you want to fall in love with her. But she'll fuck around and fall in love with the dude that's already hip to all the games. And you want to sit up there and buy her up out of her contract, which is her escort shit, which is her which is her prostitution. You want to buy her up out of that life. You feel me? Like, dude, get it together, fellas. Get it together, man. But it's your boy Double R, man. Any questions, people? It's your boy Double R. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, man, to receive all the notifications for when I drop new videos. Peace.